Dads in the Shed podcast. 2 dads and we're blessed, so we have to thank God. Parenthood's hard, so we listen and we talk. But Justin, tell him what's in the toolbox.
In the toolbox, Nick, we got a drill to drill down the journey of us having kids now. Hear us talk about how we raise adults or minors, covering every angle like grinders.
Dads in the Shed podcast. I'm your co-host Nicholas K.
Woo, and I'm Justin B.
Yes, he is the dad indeed, and I am the dad to be. Yeah. Here you are, Dads in the Shed podcast. 2 different perspectives.
Yeah.
About having our child and raising our child that we're going to give you guys over the next few episodes and this season. We just want to take this time to big up the dads, the mums, the nurses, the midwives.
Yeah. You guys are the real MVPs.
I think the babysitters.
Oh yeah, true.
The nurses, the teachers. Get me the childminders. Is that the same thing?
Yeah.
As a babysitter?
Yeah, no, different.
It's different. We'll figure it out. But welcome to the show. Here is episode 1, and if you don't like it,
sorry.
Here we are, bro.
It's crazy. It's actually happening.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Like
It's
been an interesting week, I would say.
In parenting, you mean?
Yeah, in parenting and life. Ezzy, who is my daughter, so I guess it's the first episode. So I have a daughter. She is, I believe, 18 months. See?
Get it right now.
She may be 19, she may be 20 months. But you know us dads, man. They're one.
Yeah, I hear you. Round it up.
Counting in months is long. That's a mum thing.
Heard you.
But yeah, I get it because of the whole development. But you know, for me, it's like, yeah, she's one in it.
Yeah.
She's the cutest thing in the world.
She's very cute.
Princess.
Beautiful.
You know, she made me soft. Everyone said that, you know, I needed a girl to make me soft.
Well, so let's give them a quick history. So we've known each other for
close to 20 years.
Yo, really?
Yeah, man.
I always be saying just 10, but I forget how old we are.
How old are we?
Well,
No, that's not that.
Okay, so we've known each other for what? So 20 years or just above 20 years or whatever. Very, very long time. But I remember specifically telling you you're going to have a daughter. I think when we was in I think this goes back to year 11, year 10, maybe even just above
even
that.
earlier than
maybe just above that.
And I rebuke that in the Jesus name.
Yeah, but look how God works, innit? That's the view.
But obviously, as if you ever listen to this episode,
she will.
It wasn't even like that. It was like, you know, girls were just moving mad back in the day, and I just didn't want.
You took that into you didn't want that.
Yeah, I didn't want my daughter to be one of them. I know the man them is mad because they could be trapping and whatnot, but
yeah.
Girls are just so vulnerable, man. And
how do you feel now that you have a daughter? With that context in mind.
I mean, I still have a bit of that fear.
Yeah.
But I think at the end of the day, you got to leave it to God, innit? I'm a person of faith, so yeah, I think it's made me more vulnerable in a sense that now I have to kind of depend more on God, and also it's made me motivate me to be a better parent. Like, you just got to instill them with the right values, and hopefully they make the right choices. Got you.
So I guess we'll get into the whole how did you find out and how you feeling now comparison, but I guess we'll quickly switch. So you have a daughter now who is 2 this year.
Yeah.
Right? So I have a child on the way. Woo! Just the part where everyone makes noise.
Woo! Pop the confetti.
As it stands right now, we are 7 months into the whole. Let me just look at my producer in the background.
Crazy.
Yep. We are 7 months into our journey. Don't know. We decided to not figure out whether we're gonna have a boy or girl yet, so we're leaving that until
you guys are good boy. I needed to know. I needed to mentally prepare. I needed to know what colors the wall needs to be.
I hear
all
you.
of that. But yeah,
I think I decided. So why we decided? Well, no, because she wanted to find out. I think we were both kind of at the beginning. We're like, as soon as we can find out, we want to know. But then I was just deep, and I was like, actually, no, you only get a few surprises on this journey, especially our first journey.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, you pretty much have whether it's boy or girl, and I don't even know what other surprises there are after that. Like good, like, you know, like good stuff from me. Like really big moments. Like that's the moment at the end of the day. So I was like, you know, we should actually just hold on to it until like the baby comes out, so you can have that moment of like, your body's going to be put through so much. There's only so much to be excited about.
It's going to be interesting though, because when the baby comes out, you're going to be like, and then you're going to be like,
is
it a Willie or a...
You have to look down. You have to,
JJ.
You have to look down. But I'm excited. As long as the baby's healthy, I'm okay. I'm okay with whichever side.
I think the crazy thing is when you never think about, you know, your child anything could happen to them. They could be born with certain diseases, illnesses, and I think more than anything, we take for granted just being like able-bodied, able-minded, and all of that.
Yeah,
and it's not a given. Like
it's not.
Shout out to those parents who kind of like have kids that it just makes the journey harder, and it requires you to have more compassion. So
for real,
it's a tough thing, but it definitely makes you more like, God, please, like just make sure they're healthy.
Yeah, I think like the first time I heard the heartbeat, even that, I think you just strip off everything else that you think you care about. But yeah, I think once you hear that heartbeat, man, guys,
it makes it so real, man.
What a moment, what a sound. Let's get into the podcast of we kind of went into who we are, but why did we want to do this? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
Because there's nothing like this out there.
Talk about it.
There's a lot of I think I'm not really a huge consumer of podcasts.
Right, got you.
But I do consume a lot of football podcasts.
Right, got you. Okay, so you do consume podcasts. Like, but what do you mean then? You do consume podcasts?
Yeah, but I didn't know they were podcasts. I was just watching them on YouTube.
Right.
We're in that generation where YouTube is TV now. It's mad. Can we just acknowledge that for a second?
It's our ITV, it's our BBC, it's our everything.
This guy is suffering because them £60 subscriptions.
It's so bad. Okay, so little context. Justin is the money, you know, you're going to get random, you know, saving and money expert advice. So this
frugal, man. Sometimes.
Throughout this whole season. But yeah, go on. What you said?
But what was I saying?
So you were saying
I'm not a huge consumer of podcasts, but my wife introduced me to a podcast. I forgot the name. Is it what they called again? How Married Are We?
Yeah.
And that's probably the first podcast I've heard about like people's parenting and marriage journeys, and how it was so like inspirational, because it's like there's a lot to learn from other people's journeys, and I think this is the kind of content you need to kind of reassure you that, you know, you can actually do this journey, and no one knows what they're doing, but somehow they're getting through it.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of the anxiety for when you just find out you have a kid, it's like, whoa, like how do I do this properly? All I know is from my parents all the things that they didn't do right, but you don't know from their perspective what they were going through.
100%. From my perspective, I think it's a whole thing of when I found out that I was going to be a father, I don't know. I wasn't really looking for like, I wouldn't say, I was looking for podcasts. It's just not how it is. I actually consume quite a few podcasts.
Okay.
So whether it's music ones, I think I listen to like a music cultural one, like the Joe Budden podcast. I listen to
the 3-hour one.
Yeah.
You have time in your hands,
3-4 hours. Well, you just do it when, you know, you got you're showering, getting ready.
That's podcast when you're showering.
Bro, I listen to like, shouts to like the real podcast like listeners out there.
Wait, do you play it? No, I need to know the logistics of this. So do you take it in the shower with you?
Yeah, so I take my phone in
the shower whilst it's getting wet, whilst you're getting wet.
I take my actual phone into the shower,
Bro, then how do you hear
like
it?
how you listen to music. But it's just, instead of me listening to music, I'm just listening to podcasts. When I'm driving, it's great for podcasts are great for when you're driving.
Doesn't it distract you if they say something mad?
Yeah, but not like my driving. It's like it's literally wherever you listen to music, just replace that with podcasts, and that's how I consume it. But so I wasn't really listening to podcasts like I wasn't like trying to find it, but I don't know. Whenever I'm just as you know, if you don't know, I'm a media guy. I work in radio. So if I'm listening to anything or if I'm going through anything, I always just think, I wonder if there's a podcast for this or whatever. So I just feel like our perspectives are quite different and quite unique. I think it's great, you know, with you already having a beautiful child and me with one on the way. And it's like, we want to just reach out to all of the other fathers and mothers out there, for anyone that's going through what we're going to go through in detail throughout this journey, throughout this podcast journey. And and just some real stuff, man. Because we're not gonna really give you the whole. It's just our opinions are gonna be from a real perspective. We both live in
live and direct.
We're both in. Let's just say we're both in London. Our upbringing is something to say the least.
Yeah, you're gonna hear more about that.
Yeah. And I think being black as well, like, it just already
we gotta speak on that.
Yeah. So that's who we're trying to reach out to. So shouts if you're listening already, if you're tuned in, and that's just pretty much the agenda we're gonna detail.
Yeah, is this when we say like, share, and subscribe?
I like that. Yeah, like, share, and subscribe. That's
like,
good.
Share and subscribe.
I like that.
Especially our friends, man. You know, some friends be ops, bruv. They be listening to it and then they won't like, they won't share.
Talk about it.
When it's big, then they'll be like, oh yeah.
Talk
that's
about
my
it.
friends.
Talk about it.
But when we had 100 followers, where was you?
Yeah.
Pagan them.
That is Ezzy, actually, man. By the way, we already have given your daughter credits on the podcast.
Yeah, man. She needs an extra share on that.
So shouts to Ezzy. All right. How should we start? Where should we start? Should we start with how we found out?
But let's start with, what was your thoughts about, did you ever think about being a dad?
Okay, yeah, okay, good.
Prior to, even getting into marriage and obviously that becoming a conversation.
Yeah, I of course, like, I feel like we've always had that thought. Even growing up, we were just like, yo, when I become a dad, when I become a dad. But then I think once to be honest, even like with me and my wife, and we got like settled into everything that we had to settle through, I still didn't even really deep it. I still didn't really deep it like properly. Like, okay, we always just said, okay, you know what, we're gonna just got married, we're gonna just do this, do that, and then when kids come. But we never really had that whole like confirmed, when we're this age and when we're doing this, we're gonna have kids. Right. We never actually had that conversation. No, we never had that conversation. It was just like, we just knew when it happens, it will happen.
I never had a plan. But yeah, I think I had a general idea of when I wanted to have a kid by.
Right.
And I only thought about that in uni.
Right.
I wasn't with my wife now, but it was just like, I'm a bit of a planner, so I was like, I had certain goals I wanted to achieve. Okay. And even though it's probably more of a female thing to be like, oh, I want to be married by this time and I want to have, kids before, Yeah.
It's a bit different for females because they have their clock, which they like to,
I don't think guys, I don't know if guys think about it in the same way. Maybe we think about it like, you better not be pregnant. Or when you're doing things you're not meant to do. But apart from that, I don't think it's like a constant thought. Well, not for me anyway. Yeah, no,
I'm with you on that one. It wasn't really like a, thingy. So if we now fast forward to when we found out, oh boy.
Crazy.
Oh boy. Should we get into it?
Yeah, man.
All right. So I was just leaving for work. I was just about to leave for work, actually.
Okay.
And I like to feel like my pregnancy detector is high. It's always been high. I think that's the man thing that
you think it's high.
Yeah, I feel like I know. Like,
what about all them times you had scares though? Was it high then?
Well, okay, that's the wrong. you sound like my mom, bro. Was it high then? No. Actually, I think the wrong term isn't. The term shouldn't be detector. But let's just say I've always been on edge.
Yeah, because that's what guys think about. I hope you're not. Yeah. Okay. So I get what you're saying.
Yeah. So, obviously, I don't know. Do you? Okay. Before I start, do you count periods? Like, do you know when? Like,
no.
Okay. That's a good one.
She showed me her calendar one time.
Yeah, but I'm saying, do you know when her period is around the time it's supposed to come?
There was once upon a time I knew it was on a certain day every month.
Right.
But
you didn't.
Yeah, I wasn't really counting. No.
Really? So there could be a month where, what I'm trying to say is was there ever a month where you were like, she, because women they'll just be like, oh, my period.
Yeah.
There wasn't ever a time where you were like, she hasn't said to me, oh, my period, or I haven't seen her reach for the pads or anything like that.
No.
Okay. So I'm happy you're saying no, because I'm the opposite.
Okay.
count. Like I was not count.
This guy has it in his calendar. Like,
not count. But I feel like I was always aware of. All right, cool. Period's coming. Probably gonna come this week. Like, I was always aware of it. And if she hadn't, and whenever she is on it, she would actually be like,
always, or is it after a few scares you started being more hyper?
I feel because it just comes up in conversation, innit? Like usually just chilling, she'd be, she'd just be like, "I'm my period today. Let me just chill, or I don't want to go out." Just stuff like that. So I think in the back of my head, I was always conscious of around the same, around that same week it would happen. So in this month that we found out, I was already thinking, okay, no,
I haven't been told yet.
Yeah, I haven't been told yet. I haven't seen her, like, I haven't seen the accessories just hanging around. She
hasn't sent you to the shop to go and buy.
I haven't gone to the shop. I ain't been none of that.
The ones at the high flow, low flow.
Talk about it.
I hate it when she does that, bruv.
Do you know what? I've never really been the one.
You've never been sent?
She's never sent me shops.
Oh, bro, it's the most awkward thing ever, bruv. You go and it's always in the same hour as the condom, so it's like you're in the aisle and then you're there and they're thinking, what's this guy doing there? He's either buying condoms because he's going to go beat, or he's buying period pads, and he must obviously be with a woman. So in my local shop is a Morrison, so it's in the same aisle, literally next to each other, like parallel. So I'm going there, it's like I'm turning to one side, I'm like, let me grab it quickly and just or I'm there looking for the period pads and I'm working out which one. There's all sorts of different shapes and sizes.
And
like,
absorb strengths and all the colours there
as well. I'm like, I have to always record now, like, which one again? She's like, you should know it by now. I'm like, come on,
you on a spot like that?
Yeah,
that's mad. Crazy.
It's mad.
Shout out to the fellas out there that get sent shops. Yeah, tap in with us, okay? We're with you on that point. We're with you. So where was I? I was noticing that none of the accessories and all of that stuff was around. And then, so it was always in the back of my mind, like, okay, this is a bit weird, but didn't give too much thought to it, right? Then one morning I was about to leave for work, and then she was like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little bit different today." Right. But yeah, so I was just looking at her like, oh, okay, cool. And then I always laugh about the scene, but I don't know if you know, there's a scene in Norbit, right?
Right, yeah.
There's a scene in Norbit where where Vespuccia is telling Norbit that she's pregnant. And then she says, "Oh, I'm pregnant." And he's like, "Oh, how do you know?" And she's like, "Yeah, haven't you seen how I've been? And my titties have been all achy like." Yeah. So that's what Beverly was telling me, right? On that day, she was saying that her breast was feeling a bit tender. I think it was the term that she used, for lack of a better term. And then I was just like, okay. And then she doesn't really like to be like, she doesn't really like to like just say it. I guess because maybe she doesn't want to arrive at anything. She likes to just kind of just,
she wants you to get the.
I don't know. But on this day, she didn't want to say it, innit? So before I was just about to head out, I literally was heading out. I turned around and I was like, "So do I need to get a test? Like a test? Do I need to, right?"
Even saying it, should we get a pregnant?
Yeah, literally.
Please say no.
And then she was like, but she poo-pooed it. She was like, no, what? No, you don't need to do that.
And you're like, all right, cool.
Well, so it did give me a little bit of self-confidence because at the end of the day, you're better. She knows her body better than I do, innit? So I was like, all right, cool. All right. But I did say, are you sure? I remember I saying, are you sure? She was like, yeah, it's calm. I said, all right, cool. I've left for work now. And now I'm literally, I think at this point I was at work or I was on the way. I was going somewhere. And then she just texted me, maybe just pick up a couple just in case, right?
That'll ruin your day.
Yeah. Oh boy, you know when you take the long walk around, like you can, like your road journey is like it's like a straight, but I went all the way around just to like deep it a bit more. So anyway, I was like, okay, I'll get the test, no problem. So then now I'm working to get the test, and at this point I'm praying to God, but I don't know what I'm praying for, but I'm just kind of venting. I'm just like, God, whatever it is. If this is it, prepare me for it. If it's not, prepare me for it. Wherever it is, prepare me for it. I think that's kind of like along the lines of what I was saying. I didn't say, God, please don't let me not have a child. I know some man actually do that, some man pray against it.
Yeah, man, then we be sinning and then be like, God, get me out of this. Rectify it, please.
If you just get me out of this, I won't do it again. But they do it again.
You know what? I'm going to be holy. I might even become a pastor, like.
Then they fast. Anyway, I don't want to get into that. But I didn't pray against it. So I thought that was that kind of made me feel. I just said, no, what, just prepare me for whatever it is. Prepare me for it, right?
Wait, this time you're married?
Yeah.
So it's kosher.
Yeah, this is and it's kosher. It's kosher. Yeah. Done. So yeah, I take the long way. I go to Boots. Shout out to Boots. And well, hold on, Boots, because pregnancy tests are expensive.
Bro,
are you aware of this?
Speak about it.
Huh? Let me speak about it, man. You know when before you buy something, you're already telling yourself how much it is or how much it should be.
You're thinking like it's probably like a light.
Yeah, because you have to
but
you have to minus it from what you have in your account already in your head. I walk into Boots now, yeah. I go to the section, I'm seeing £20, 20. I'm seeing double digits. Number one.
Bruh.
I'm thinking, nah. And then, but baby was, she texted me, get two. Wanna get white, so one's electric. That electric one, brother. Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Get two, bro.
That thing is, I got the cheap with like the normal, like the blue line one. That one's calm. Good price for that one. Good price. The electric one,
bro.
You better tell me what gender and. Okay, that's a good question. So you have the standard ones, which we've all seen.
I've never bought the expensive one, so you should know.
Is it?
Type of guy.
Okay, well, shouts to you.
Save that cash.
So yeah, you see, I told you. He goes speak about cash. Yeah. So the cheap one is like the standard blue line. If you're pregnant, that type. Is it two lines?
Is it the double line and the
double
one
line? Yeah, double line and the cross. Yeah, that whole thing. And if it's not standard one, which everyone knows about, we all know about that one. But then the expensive one, yeah, I can't lie. Even though it was expensive, it was good. That one tells you how long.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. It looks nice. Looks inviting. I wanted to pee on it myself, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I wanted to.
Just to check if it's gonna be like. It's also gonna tell you the father.
Yeah. I'll be like, not you. Not your pee, her pee. I thought I was gonna say it on there. It was one. It looked high tech. Shouts to that one, but it was expensive. It was expensive. So anyway, I bought both of the tests. Cash loss, but it's calm. It's for a good reason. Then again, took the long way home. Everything like that. Walk into the house, give it to her, and then she obviously went off to do her thing. And I was like, okay. And then I remember just sitting there thinking, okay, again, I'm just praying just for wherever it is. Let me just respond to this well, right? Yeah. But I was telling myself, I was like 60-70% sure that she was pregnant because it was just the signs. Man. You just know. The signs were just signing. You feel me? So then anyway, she did her thing. We came back, and then she gave me the electric one to turn over, and she had the standard one to turn over. Oof. And then literally, like, we were just like, okay, I think it's time. Then turned it over. I just saw pregnant. I didn't even look at the standard one with the plus sign. I didn't even look at that. I just, because the electrical one was,
it just tells you.
They told you, and it was how many weeks? 3 plus? 3 weeks, yeah. So it was about 3+ weeks. They said 3+ weeks pregnant.
Wow. Did you start calculating, thinking, what session was it?
Yeah. So before, well, even before we even got to that moment of doing that, right? It was funny because our reactions weren't good reactions. It wasn't good reaction. That's why this is why you guys need to tune in, because we're gonna give you the real. Okay, it wasn't a bad reaction, but it wasn't your typical.
You know the movies. Yay! And then you grab it, you spin around.
Yeah. With none of that, we literally looked at it. We looked at each other, and we said, "Oh my God, Lord." We said, I remember going, "Oh." But the funny part about it was that, like, it's there in bold letters, pregnant. But we were literally like, I think Beverly even said, "What does it like? What does this mean?" Yeah. She said,
"Didn't someone else told you?"
It's there.
That's why I like the cheap one. You can ask them questions. You'd be like, "What does this mean?
Exactly.
What's one line? What's two lines?"
Exactly. It's in PREGNANT. But when she was asking me, "What does it mean?" I was like,
I don't know. You tell me.
we pregnant. So anyway, we sat with there for a little bit, but then obviously it got a bit emotional. We was all happy, joy. Eventually, but it's just that, like, five or so minutes of like realizing you're pregnant is like, man, what a feeling.
You feel all kinds of emotions.
All kinds. You're like, it's anxiety, happiness, confidence, fear. I don't even know what else you can. Confusion.
You even start thinking, how did it happen?
Oh my gosh! But I would do it. I would relive that moment again. Yeah, and again. There's just something about when it's like there in front of you, like you are pregnant, you're just like,
how long did it take you before you actually registered? Did it take hearing having the first appointment or?
No, it was a register. I think from that moment that we saw, it was just replaying in our head. So it was just like every now and then when we walk past each other in the house, oh, you're pregnant. It's just one of them ones. Like, I'm pregnant. You're pregnant. Yeah,
good morning. You pregnant?
Yeah, you're pregnant. So it was one of them ones. But yeah, that's how we found out. But now I pass it over to you because your story is completely different to.
Yeah, mine's different. Like
to mine.
I would say the emotion I felt with mine was a lot of denial. I was like, no, it can't be. Because obviously, backstory as well. Like out of us, there's 5 of us who are like really close, and I'm like the first one who got married.
Yeah. Okay. So you mean so you're referring to the people in our group, our circle,
yeah.
Shout out to
YMCMB, even though he's part of other groups, it's
alright. Chill.
He's the popular one.
We ain't gonna do that.
Anyways,
shout out to the man though. Big up the man. Go.
So yeah. So it's kind of like I was the first in the group to also, get a girl pregnant within our group. Not in our school because there's a couple man who went real early.
Hey man, shout to them.
We're talking like 16, but you know what? It's mad because now I look at them and I was like, I wish I had mine earlier.
Yeah, 100%.
Because they're nearly at the journey where it's like, okay, cool, we've done our
chilling.
bit.
Child's grown.
Yeah.
Shout to them. Shout to the man over there.
But for me, it was like because I was the first in our group, there was a lot of like responsibility and also fear. Like, okay, because growing up, you're told don't get a girl pregnant, don't get a girl pregnant, don't get a girl pregnant. You're never actually mentally prepared for when the day actually comes.
Yes.
So because I've always lived with that, and it's like, okay, I'm not gonna do it. Even though I was married and we were kind of, I think at this point we were maybe about 2 years in. It was we still hadn't. Was it 2 year or a year? 3, 4 years into marriage. 2019, 2020. Yeah, 3 years in.
3 years.
We weren't really. 3 years in, you're thinking, okay, you're probably like preparing. You're doing it intentionally to try and. But it wasn't like that. It was not like that because I was like, still young, still got time.
Yeah.
So cool now. Obviously, we used to do backstory. So I'm a hustler.
Jeez.
For those of you know me, I hustle. So I have my main job, and I had a side job because I was trying to get extra income. So I used to do like Amazon deliveries.
Big up the Amazon delivery.
Yeah, the Flex app. If you don't know about that, that's a good way to get a little sighting.
Especially if you got a baby on the way.
Yeah, you got.
I'm thinking about it too myself. I won't lie.
Bruv, it's good. It's good stuff. It's a bit stressful, but it's good. So I was then the one where you do like the groceries, where you get like a bag of groceries and you just deliver it to people, and it's in these like carrier bags, and sometimes you're delivering water. The worst kind of shift you'll have is if you're delivering to a lot of flats, because some flats, pagan them, they'll be ordering big bottles of water, and there'll be flats that don't have lifts.
Yeah.
And you ring the doorbell thinking, okay, they're gonna come down because they know they've ordered packs of water.
100.
Now they'll be like, yeah, the top floor. And I'll be like, okay, are you telling me because
are you meeting me halfway? Or?
Yeah, or like you're saying top floor, so you're gonna take a while to come down, or top floor I need to come up. But it was always top floor, door on the left. I'm like, So I had one of those shifts. Water's carrying it up, feeling like one, slave. It's mad.
Yeah.
But these times, I have a very good job. Like I'm making papes in the other one.
Talk about it.
And I'm doing really well, but it's just a side thing. So it's weird because like in your normal day job, you're a certain level, and
then you're
doing the Amazon thing, and you're like I'm like slugging water bottles upstairs, like that's crazy. That's
mad. Crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
That day was just a really bad shift, and me and my wife, we were doing it together. And it was a bad shift. When you're in a bad shift, you're like, you're emotional, you're angry, you're just focused. You just want the shift to be over.
100.
So on one of these shifts now I recall, she actually said, oh, what if I'm pregnant? I think I might be pregnant. Like, kind of like dropped it like that. And then my response, guys, I'm giving you the context of
the job.
The job.
Yeah.
I was stressed. I was frustrated. I was hot. It was a hot summer's day. You know? So give me grace. But I was like, so is it on the Amazon shift? You're gonna tell me that that you're pregnant? Is this the right time? I've just been carrying water bottles upstairs, giving it to these people who don't have lifts, and then now you want to tell me you're pregnant? I was like, you're not pregnant, man. And then we carried on the shift, and she was like,
Did you really say that?
Bro, I was annoyed.
Oh, that's crazy.
I was really. But wait, in hindsight,
yeah, shouldn't have.
I didn't want to accept she was pregnant,
right?
Because we were hustling for a reason. We had certain goals we were trying to achieve.
Yeah, 100.
Also, the frustration of the shift is like, make it a bit more romantic. Cook me a nice meal, and
she should cook for you and tell you.
Cook me a nice meal, romance me a little bit, and be like, baby, you did well.
You did good. Yeah, well done.
The bullet you shot till I'm dead.
Chill. You have to. No, but I feel you.
That was not the right. It just feels like moment. What are we gonna tell our kids?
Do you know what? I guess that doesn't really. But in her defense, like I haven't really seen it like that spoken about a lot. How do you tell? Like, is there a way to? Is there etiquette?
Is there a right way?
Is there a right way to telling?
I think
your other half that you're having a child, or do you just say it? Hear me now. Like, I see it as big of a moment as proposal. No, 100%. When you actually deep it, 100%, it's on the same levels, if not more. Because that's like, that's crazy. But what I'm trying to say is that I don't see that discussed though. Like, I don't see that discussed at all. Maybe I'm not looking in the right places, but
I don't think women are going ham enough with telling their man them.
I hear you.
This is part of the double standards in society. You expect a lavish proposal, but
why don't we get like a nice little announcement like thing? So actually, no, it's not discussed, but I do see it. I see sometimes you get the I think a friend of mine. What does she do? I think she put it in like a ribbon or something. Like she did like she made him open a gift.
Oh,
and nice. Inside it was like a ribbon and like you're having like we're pregnant, and it was just scan. Was it the scan? Anyway, something like that. So I mean,
that's beautiful. That's a moment.
But you didn't get that moment.
I didn't get that moment. So I was upset. So I was just thinking, I had a bit of like an out of body experience. I just saw myself in the car sweating, and then my wife telling me.
Okay, but what I wanted to ask was, so this is in the car.
I'm driving.
You're driving.
Thank you for highlighting that.
Yeah, you're driving.
I could have crashed.
Yeah.
I legit could have crashed.
Yeah, that's true. When we come to the etiquette, you can't
do it when your man is driving.
Yeah, you don't do it when your man is driving.
Do not do it when your man is driving.
That's crazy.
Or that baby might not be born.
That's crazy. But you're driving and she told you that you flipped, right? She has gone quiet.
She just, I don't know if she laughed it off and then she just kind of like carried on.
But wasn't there a point where you reached the red light and you were like, no, but for real,
I deleted it from my memory.
That's crazy. That's the part I want to ask. Even when you guys got home,
how I did it.
Because when you get home from somewhere, usually man and wife, you have a little debrief.
It didn't cross my mind again. It was mad.
That's crazy.
I don't know how that happened. I mean, normally they say women are better at like suppressing things.
Yeah. But you literally...
I think the shift and everything was generally so much, and
you could have got in trouble for that because she could have been like, "I told you the best news ever in the car, and you didn't even."
True. And
you don't want to bring it up.
I just probably deserved it.
Yeah, you would. I would have got cooked if I did that.
Cool.
I got cooked. You lucky, man. You lucky.
Cool.
Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah.
So
she told you once, and you.
Yeah, I just parked that. That's not, and then I'm back to thinking about other things.
Right.
And then we have a trip now booked to where she's from. We go Malawi.
Right.
And excited. That was a crazy story about how we got there. Had to get the highest level. Got basically the president invited me into the country.
Jeez, talk slow.
I'll tell you that story another day. But anyways,
maybe you guys will tell you one day. So,
Oh.
It's like, go on, pick up easy.
Bro, if you ain't got those kind of links.
Sorry.
But
go on.
But so now we're in Malawi now, and then we're doing the safari thing.
Right.
Nice vibes. I'm seeing giraffe for the first time, long neck. See zebra, black and white stripes. I'm seeing
zebra, black and white stripes.
I'm in the the what do they call it?
The jeeps.
The jeeps.
Yeah.
Then we're looking at all these animals. She was like, I think she was looking at the baby zebra. It's like, we're looking at, there was a sunset.
Okay, thank you.
Now you're getting the scene.
Okay.
It's on Amazon Shift now.
Okay,
now
hold on, let me close my eyes.
So imagine the sunset, South African sunset. You see the animals, palm trees, lining the skyline. We've just eaten, we're full. That's an important,
that
point.
Is very, I like that.
We're now in the Jeeps, us two. And then she's like, baby, it's crazy because next time we'll be here watching this with our little one.
Bruh, I was just there, Yeah, that's really how she told you.
That's how she told me.
Okay, so what's your reaction at this point?
So now I was like, oh, okay, you need to do a pregnancy test. And then she was like, we're gonna have a thing. No, I said no. I think I said, are you serious?
Right.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Interesting. I was a bit more. I was still confused. I was still like, okay. But the first thing in my head is like, I need evidence. She didn't present me the evidence.
No, but the funny thing about this is that you guys, she already told you in the car.
Bro, that bit doesn't count. We did this.
No, but this is the funniest thing is that from then, can you tell me the distance between then and the Malawi trip?
Maybe, how long? What? A week. Was it a whole week?
A week. Okay. So nice. Throughout that whole point, that's a long time. Nobody said.
No.
You remember what I said in the car? What I said in the car?
Now, can I also bring up another important detail?
Yes.
In the Amazon car and in the Jeeps, when we're looking at animals, I have not been presented with any evidence.
What do you mean?
There's no pregnancy test.
She just says I'm pregnant.
So how do I accept it with no? You kind of need the evidence to be like. Yeah. Right.
You needed the test in front of you to say what we said earlier.
So anyways, let me fast forward now. So I said, I need a pregnancy test.
Yeah.
Like let's get that done. And then we go to a Chinese restaurant, nice place.
Nice.
Now I'm thinking about it. I'm like, all right, like, it might be real. Like, her belly has been looking kind of, Yeah, but anyway, so cool. We get into like the Chinese place, and then we buy 2 pregnancy tests.
Yeah.
And then she does it, and then she sets up the camera, and then she's like, "Yeah, I'm pregnant. It's definitely confirmed." And then I burst out with joy. I did the whole, yeah. So I was like, okay,
you wanted.
This is lovely,
Nice.
like and then I think I had happiness. Because I had processed the confusion and the tension and all of that, and it was a beautiful moment. And then you start going through the whole, I'm gonna be a dad.
Yeah, I'm gonna be a dad.
So I'm gonna be a dad, and I'm just like, wow. And then all the emotions, all the reflections about what type of father I want to be and can be, and all of that starts rushing in.
Amazing. It's just a moment, isn't it? Just one of those ones.
It's a beautiful moment in hindsight. In the moment, it's crazy.
It's crazy. Can all parents or expect whoever? Yeah, drop us a line, drop us a thingy about how you felt when you found out.
Yeah,
we'd love to know. I just think it's just a moment that is shared once you speak to another parent or expectant parent. I think it's just amazing, but it's just like different stories. Like even you, like when you just said about how the whole you knew. But you forgot. Or I don't want to say you forgot. You deleted it. Like that is just
suppressed it. Whatever you want to, what words you want to use. But also, ladies, let us know how you told your man. And guys, is there a right way to be told? Let's keep it 100.
Yeah. Is there a right way to be told? Or do you already have an idea? Because like if we compare it to again how we said about how usually, I mean, there are some men that think about how they're gonna propose, but I think obviously wives are always thinking I want to be proposed this way. Probably on holiday, blah 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 blah. But to switch it, is there a way that we want to be told? Like, do you have it detailed and specified about how you want it? Do you want it to be like a whole thing, or because we went through it together, we did it together. But
I think society there's a lot more portraying of when people are told in bad situations. So we don't have it. It's not really celebrated as an exciting thing for you to think about as like a woman. Like, oh, how I tell my man. It's like how we're conditioned to be like when you're proposing, you have to go ham. I think we need to kind of change that. You
got to change it. Yeah,
got to change that.
I'm with that. One episode at a time.
Yeah, 100% of the time. So this is motivation for those of you, you know, on the journey.
Yeah.
Women, think about it. Come on, add a little bit of sugar and spice. Come on.
I hear you.
But a question for you.
Talk to me.
Do you think, obviously it was spontaneous. I didn't plan for it. You didn't plan for it.
No.
Do you think it's going to be different when if you're planning, like if you're expecting, like you're literally intentionally trying to have a kid? Do you think
yeah
it'll be different?
It would definitely be different, because I think that's why, like, you know, when we spoke about just now about the whole different range of emotions, the confusion, happiness, anxiety, I think it would definitely be, it should just be, I don't know, I'm interested to know people's thoughts on this, but it should just be straight happiness on this second
You
time.
think?
Yeah, because we're trying. Like, I've already deeped it. The whole problem with the first time was that you wake up one day. It's so crazy. You wake up one day and your woman is like, I feel weird, we could be pregnant, and you're like, huh? And you have to download and process. And I don't want to be the one to, as the I'm not old fashioned, I'm traditional for certain things, but for this I'm very like, I have to be the stronger one for her. I have to be at that moment in time I was like, cool, wherever it is, we'll be fine, cool. Let me go get these. That's why I said to her, like, do you want me to go get a pregnancy test? Because I wanted her to like deep it, like, all right, this is gonna happen, but we're here together, and so I wanted to take that kind of role and position, so that's what I was thinking. But now I had definitely feel that if we're trying, if we've already decided, let's make a baby, and that happens, I can't see myself being, it definitely won't be the same. It can't be the same.
But what if it's like feelings of like, now, like,
it can't be. It can't. I don't think it can be, because I've already deeped it. What am I going in there for?
I don't think the surprise element will be there, but you may still have the worry and anxiety, especially if that journey hasn't been smooth, because not everyone's gonna have a smooth journey. So
it's true.
I mean, at that point, obviously, you hope you would have processed it to be able to come to the conclusion that, I want to have another one.
As you ask me now, I hope that I would have processed it, and when obviously you find out, I do think, as you ask me right now, who knows? It could change, but as you ask me right now, I do think it'll just be like a and it's like how you said this. Justin didn't tell me this off mic, but you said that I think you told me this. He was like, you was always telling me that you're excited to actually try for a child. So I guess I flip that question back to you, what you just asked me about, do you feel like it'd be different? Because you kind of have told me that it won't be, based off what you told me off mic.
I don't think it'll be the same, but I think the crazy thing is, like, the second time round, when obviously we had planned and it happened, I was just like, I was still confused and shocked. I was still like, bruh, like, I'm gonna be a dad of 2.
What do you mean?
Like, when it happened the second time round, I was like, I'm gonna be a dad of 2.
What do you mean the second time?
I'm gonna be a dad of 2.
What? Nah, what's happening? Are you serious?
I'm gonna be a dad of 2. This is a live reaction, ladies and gentlemen. They had no idea. Let me just put that to the screen. We're expecting.
No, what the hell is happening? Oh my days.
Yeah, man. I'm gonna be a dad of 2.
What?
Yeah.
Hey! Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
We gotta pause.
You have to pause. Whew. Okay, we are back.
Yeah.
Man just dropped that. Can I just say, like, that wasn't like a planned. It was planned from him. I had no idea he was gonna do that. I had no idea he was gonna do that, but hey, man, we thank God, man.
Yeah,
that is amazing news, brother. So happy for you.
Thank you.
And big up Mona, producer in the back. Whoop, whoop.
I think we need a drink. I want live.
Yeah, let's pour that. Let's celebrate. What we got?
The cards.
Thank you. So we got some. So we're trying a concoction today.
Yeah, if it doesn't bang, we'll let you know.
Yeah. So we got the Remy.
And then we got
over
some
here.
grape juice from,
My hand isn't free, so you're gonna have to.
Beatrice.
You're gonna have to open that one still.
Oh, I thought you were doing cheers.
I'll pour it. No, that's calm. We'll do cheers as well. But I'll pour it. But if you could just help me with that.
See, this is why Remy is.
So whilst you do that, you can attest to the how you felt different. Yeah, we'll do. Okay, I'm good now. You felt different the second time round.
The second time round, so obviously it was planned, so we're actively trying.
Celebration.
But you still don't know when the one will be. So there's still quite a huge surprise element.
Right.
And then I can't lie, the first thoughts is whoa, 2.
Yeah.
That's double the tiredness.
Everything. Double everything now double. Now double.
Yeah, nah. So I still felt similar emotions, the confusion, the worry.
Yeah.
The joy, of course, the happiness that, it works.
Yeah.
It works.
Yes, sir. Potent.
Because if you don't try out, you won't know if you're shooting blanks, and it's a real thing. And we don't talk about that in our community.
We don't speak about that. I think that's what it's like to celebrate. This is actually obviously we are celebrating that you got a child, a blessing on the way. But yeah, it is important to say that, man, because a lot of couples out there, they actually do actively try.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, it doesn't happen for them when they want it to, or for some, unfortunately, it doesn't happen at all.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have to give thoughts out to everybody out there. But of course, just keep trying. Keep doing what you got to do. Because hopefully it pulls through. But this is just a beautiful moment for
100%,
me to see you. My brother's got another one on the way. Let's cheers that concoction. It's not that nice. Do you like it? It's sweet, but I think it's just the grape juice.
Yeah, the grape juice is banging.
It's nice. I think I need some ice, but it's calm. I kind of like it.
It's missing ice.
Yeah, it's missing ice. But anyway,
Out of 2.
quick one.
Yeah, so it's good.
So do you want a boy or girl quickly?
I already have a goal, so I actually don't mind another goal.
You don't mind. That's nice to hear from you,
So
man.
I don't mind. Yeah, then
I really thought
you
you
can
could
use the same clothes. You don't have to
True.
change the room
Save
too much.
money.
You save money. But if it's a boy now, you have to figure out how to do the room.
Oh my days, goodness. We're gonna be detailing a lot on this journey of this podcast, guys. So you're gonna wanna keep it locked.
Stay tuned.
Yeah, because you're gonna get 3 different journeys. Still raising Ezzy, who is 2 this year, as we said.
Yeah.
Now another one on the way. So we're gonna give you guys updates on that. Then we've got mine on the way, with only under 4 months, 3 months left. So, mate.
Yeah, and we're going to be dispelling myths, because there's a big myth out there that it's harder to have 1 than to have 2. If you have 2, it actually makes parenting easier. I want to know if it's true, so consider this a social experiment.
I guess the logic behind that is that if you've done it once, just repeat in it. Once you've gone through it that first time, you kind of know what to do the second time. I guess that's the logic anyway. Could be anyway. We're going to
test that. I'm going to let you know the real.
We're gonna give you the realness. We're gonna give you the realness. Cool. Let's move on
to our next segment.
Yeah, which
actually.
Yeah. About telling people. We put this on the menu for this episode because this is what is it? Is it a taboo? Is that the word I'm looking for? There was just a grey area about this.
Yeah, what's the right and wrong way to do it? How long should you wait before telling people?
Okay, so I guess we'll start off with...
And people's entitlement to want to be told early.
Hold on there, brother. So I guess we'll start off with our perspectives first. So in my case, I don't think we didn't tell anybody until 3 months.
After the first trimester or before?
After the first trimester. Oh, how long? Okay, I mean, yeah, 8 weeks. So you see, 8 weeks. I think it's a bit different for siblings. I don't really say this with siblings in mind or even parents in mind. Let me know.
But some people,
of course, depending on your relationships, depending on your dynamics, of course. But when I say that, I'm saying that in mind of friends and you're just generic social media. When do you tell people that? But with me, I think after like I'm just gonna say I think after 3 months, obviously told my mum, told my brother, I told my brother and my sister. She told her parents and all of that stuff. So like the actual like family. We waited 3 months until we waited until like our first scan. That was like once we got to that point of when we had the scan picture and all that stuff, we were like, okay, cool, we can tell a couple people now. But up until that point, I think we were just like, hell no, like we're not telling nobody. Even when I did tell my mum, I told my mum, don't tell this auntie, don't tell that, don't be going around, right?
For in Africa is
right.
So they don't know who's a witch or who's not a witch. So
brother, you want to go there? Oh, let me take another sip. Hold on, we don't have to go there.
So you know who your mum thinks is a witch. When they say don't tell this auntie, this one.
We don't have to go down that route too much, but growing up, like, and this is good. This is why we wanted to do this podcast, to give you like this perspective, because it's mad that even like respectfully, like let's say like you're a white person wouldn't even think this way.
It doesn't cross their mind,
and that's okay, because obviously they have their whole different culture to compete to us. But with us, there's certain things we don't.
Even though they have witches too, because if you go in university, there's always a witch society.
Talk about it.
Let's not pass over that.
I hear you. But in terms of like our everyday, like we are growing up Nigerian, there's just certain things you don't disclose like immediately. So like my mom's always drummed in me, like when you're traveling, like you don't tell people, I've got my flight at like 10 p.m. It's on heat, it's on Virgin, it's on don't
you dare.
If you got a job interview, don't be telling people I got a job interview. Like fam, get the job, because it's just I think it's a combination of just bad omens, and of course, unfortunately, like in our culture, there are like
loads of superstitions.
A lot of superstition. There's a lot of people that practice some dark stuff. We won't get into that too much, but like you get what we're trying to say.
It gets mad when when your mum be saying, "Don't tell your dad."
Don't you get me? All of that.
You be like, "Mom, is there something I need?"
Just brother, listen, man.
Sorry.
Listen, man. Hey, it's one of those ones. So that all just like keep in mind that that's how we've grown up, that's how we were raised. So it's no different for something as so serious and as so sensitive as having a child, where literally like, bruh, we'll get into it a little bit. I think it'll be more on future episodes, but that first 3-4 weeks or whatever, you're literally just like, well, for me anyway, because it's our first, we were literally like, okay, is everything okay? Like, like you just went everything, because I don't know. I know from like research and my own stuff, like obviously those are like the
there's medical reasons.
Like
within the first
miscarriages and
even
stuff.
like NHS, they don't give you like a scan till 12 weeks, because the first trimester is when you're most at risk of miscarriage.
Right.
So if you pass that first.
All right, dilemmas. Let me put on a little backing music. Right. So what we got?
So. Get out the toolbox. Okay, cool. Got one dilemma. Right. This one's a bit spicy, you feel me?
Go on.
So, I'm pregnant with twins, but my boyfriend didn't want to have kids. It's even rhyming. Like, what do I do? It's very open-ended.
My boyfriend doesn't want to have kids,
but she's pregnant with
twins.
I don't know. Like, it'll be good to know if you've told him already. If you have, how did that go?
Boy,
how do you even manage that situation?
Now that's a tricky one. Still,
what do I do?
You got it. Well, obviously, the obvious is you got to tell him. Number one,
if you haven't already, tell him
and be prepared. Be prepared to I would say be prepared to do this, not alone, but for him not to be around.
Depending on what kind of guy he is. Obviously, we don't know anything.
Much. We can only go off that part. But the first part was he does not want kids.
So we get a sense of his.
So I just think from then, and you've laid down with him, like, you have to really start deep in, like, you might have to do this one.
I mean, he has to hold some accountability.
Of course.
Takes two to make two.
No, 100%. But at the end of the day, like, she's the one that's gonna have to potentially. She's either gonna have someone with her or not. So when I say prepare, I'm just saying, let's start. let's start getting that into motion now.
Why do some guys not want to have kids though?
Oh, there's many reasons. There's many reasons. I can say now that I have one on the way. I could not even imagine walking away from this. Oh my gosh.
Facts.
I can't even fathom doing that.
It'll hurt more to walk away.
Oh my days. With everything that we've said in this episode, even the way just the way that I feel right now today, there's just it's not possible, fam.
Yeah, nah, it's
not
it's
possible.
too much of a
I can
gift.
double down, triple down, quadruple down and that. Like there's no way I can walk out with my kids. But other people think differently. It's a reason I guess we can't ever understand, but there's so many other things in the world that we can't understand what people, that people do.
I can't even fathom it. But we'll have to unpack that later. Some of the fears that men face when it comes to the whole having kids piece. And it sounds like this guy probably has a lot of fears, and he's just come to that conclusion.
Just fears.
Sadly.
Could be fears. Could be financial. Could be many reasons. But I would just say, back to the question, tell him and still be prepared brace yourself. And twins is a beautiful blessing, so you will be fine. And while you are blessed, because I am a twin myself. I haven't even said that in the pod yet.
Oh yeah,
I am a twin myself, and I love my sister, and I couldn't even imagine it just being me. As I have an older brother as well, just being me and my older brother, that would be chaos. She adds a lot to my life. And I just think, sometimes I look at her and I'm like, mom actually got 2 in 1. That's crazy.
It's
so
crazy.
that would be my like thing on that.
Yeah.
Is there something different or
tell him
and deal with it?
Just keep it as
As
that.
harsh as it sounds, but that is the reality. I feel like with kids, like you can't be doing that no sugarcoating and all that stuff. Like when
And
you
the
got
longer
kids
you
on the way.
drag on, the worse it is.
Yeah, I think that's one thing I've learned is like with I mean now as I'm sure as you can contest to, like now that I got a kid in the way, like every decision that I make in my life, everything that I do in my life, I literally think about my child.
Yeah.
Like it's crazy how
You have to.
everything that I do, everything. I even like little small decisions. I'm like, oh, what would my child think of this right now if I was doing this? You know what I'm trying to say? So it's like, if I put myself in her shoes, like you have to be real. Like you have to give yourself the realness of it. And that's why I said my first thing is just start preparing, just in case he says, I told you I wasn't I told you, even though yes, takes you to tango, of course, it's accountability to take. Some men just don't do that. Some men just leave,
Which is sad.
Which is so sad.
That one still.
Yeah, definitely not. Definitely don't support that. But yeah, it is the realness of it. And I just feel like when you have a kid or when you have a kid on the way, you have to be real with everything you do, everything you think. Like you have to be real with it. Like there's no like, we can't be.
It's a big responsibility.
Yeah,
you can't
it's too
sugarcoat
big.
it.
Like you can't sugarcoat it.
Yeah, also just not going to do it justice.
Yes, or you're gonna half hire, or you're just gonna like put yourself in an unprepared situation. Like you got 2 in the way, and you have been telling yourself for the next 9 months that he might come around, or there's no way he better not leave me, or you might just already be in that kind of mentality.
Yeah.
And I just feel like it'll be better if you're in the mentality of whether he's here or not.
I'm gonna raise these kids.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'm gonna do, and you will do. I mean, we have so many examples of like, it's not the ideal situation, but single mothers out there, and
they're killing it.
They're killing it, man. I think
killing it. It's possible
in this modern day and age, especially in the UK. There's loads of support systems you can get from the system and outside the system.
Yeah,
your friendship groups. Your own parents, aunties. Trust me. I feel like not a lot of people tap into the resources around them as well. I feel like when you have kids, I don't know why people isolate themselves more, but actually, the more help you have, it takes a community for a reason, and you 100%. Need the community.
Yeah,
you
lean on your friends, lean on your families.
Even if you had him involved, still lean on your community. But you got this, girl. You got this.
You got this. All right. Well, that was our dilemma section. We'll put a link or anything for you guys to send if you have any dilemmas that you even, doesn't have to be something that you're going through, something that you've heard that you want our opinion on. We'll keep it as real as possible.
Yeah.
And I want to introduce, should we get into our last segment before we sign off, or is there anything else?
No. Just
all right.
You guys comment on what you think about dilemma and what she should do as well. It'll be good to hear what the community thinks. But let's get into our last segment.
So this is Dad. We just come up with a name for it though.
Yeah, give us some time. I mean, the battle of the dad jokes.
The battle of the dad jokes. So Justin likes to feel like he is the comedian. So do I. And this is gonna be a every episode thing where I say a joke, you say a joke. We'll leave it up to you guys to decide which one was funnier. Maybe we can decide here in this room which one was funnier. I'll keep it real. But do you wanna go first? Or
I got some heat for you.
Yeah, do you wanna go first?
Yeah.
Do you wanna music? You know music. You wanna tell
What are we doing, 2 or 1?
Let's do one then. I changed my mind. Let's do one. Let's do one.
You chicken out.
Up to you, man. I'm loaded.
Now I'm caught between 2, but okay. You ready? Yeah,
I'm ready. Go.
Cool.
I'll genuinely, and I'm not gonna be an op, by the way. Like if it's genuinely funny, bro, I will laugh.
Okay. I don't know which one is better. If we do 2, I'll fire the other one. Okay. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
How?
You follow the Fresh Prince.
It's all right. It's okay.
The Fresh Prince.
You know what? I'll give you it. I'll give you one for that. It's Fresh
fire.
Prince. That's fire. Okay.
All right. You
ready for mine?
You shoot.
How do you organize a party for the galaxy?
How?
You plan it.
Okay.
I'll give you that. Thank you.
All right, let me shoot my second one. My second one was funny too.
Shoot a second one. I thought that was weak.
All right, no, this one is fire. Okay, cool.
All right. Well, you can't.
All right, cool. Why do fathers take an extra pair of socks when they go golfing?
Why?
In case they get a hole in one. In case they get a hole in one.
Yo, the funniest thing about dad jokes is the reactions after of the person telling it.
Hey, that was fire. I don't care what the one.
You know what? I'll come more locked and loaded for the next episode. Please let us know which one was funnier. Did you make any of those yourself, or was those?
I would love to take credit for the Will Smith one, but I can't.
Okay, well that's okay. The dad joke doesn't matter.
Don't worry, I'll think of some original ones. I would love to have my own collection.
That's true. That's tough though.
Yeah, the dads to be coming up with these are just.
Do you know what? I'll tell you.
super dads.
I'll tell one that our very good friend Ken told. It's one of the worst jokes in the world.
Okay, shoot.
I'm gonna get a tattoo of a question mark, but don't ask me why.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we have a moment of silence for Ken?
Yep. Ezzy, please.
Sorry.
That was not a good one, Ken.
Yeah, it's not a good one. But that's an example of one that you try to come up with on your own. That's what you can get. Stupidness like that. Yeah, crazy. This has been fun, man. Episode 1.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I think it's been amazing.
Crazy, man. Wow. It's been a long time coming. I'm glad we're finally doing this.
Yeah, because the idea, how did this? I actually kind of had it in the back of my. I'm always always trying to freestyle different ideas. So it was funny because I had it in the back of my mind, and then one day I came round to Justin's, and then we was just our usual shenanigans, and then we were leaving, and then Justin stopped me. He was like, "Yo, we should have a dad podcast," and I was just like, "All right,
it's meant to be."
If there's ever a sign, that was a sign, because it was just so crazy. It was an idea that I was just like, "Nah, maybe not." No. But when you said that, I was like, "All right."
Yeah, it's got to
can't be ignored.
It was on New Year's Day as well.
Yeah, on New Year's Day.
That just 2024.
Passed. Yeah. And then look.
That Fire 4. And now it's materialized. And I think we're at that age where so many more dads, so many more marriages are coming to be. So I think it's the perfect time. So
to speak to that, innit?
As I said, from our friends to our new friends that we're going to make of this and community, I think this is an opportunity for us to learn from you, but also from you guys to learn from our individual experiences. We're not experts. Is there anyone who could be a parent expert?
No.
You learn on the job.
That's it.
So
we're going to detail all of it per episode.
All of our failures, all of our triumphs, you're going to hear about all of it. And if you don't laugh through it, you're going to cry. You're going to cry.
100%.
So this is our first episode done. Please share and subscribe. Dad's in the Shed. podcast. Is that what it's gonna be?
Yes, that's in the Shed podcast. We're gonna put it here.
Yep.
So you'll see it all. So tap in with us. Please let us know your stories as a parent.
And send us your dilemmas.
Yeah, even if it was like 10 years ago and you're tuned in, you had your child is 10 now. We still want to know about how it was because we can compare it to your life was different 10 years ago as well. So imagine. Yeah. I just want to hear from, now that I'm a parent to be, like, all I want to do is just hear from other parents on their duty, because I find it amazing how obviously we're all on the same kind of similar path, but it's like people just have different obstacles in front of them. I just want to hear it. So
yeah, let's get it.
That's it, man. So it's been me, Nicholas K,
and your boy JB.
That's in the Shed podcast. Thank you for tuning in.